Love Live is an active multimedia series, which means multiple pieces of media come out of it actively. And 2023 was an unprecedentedly eventful year for it. Much was created, and much was lost.
And today, we are going to try to recap what happened. I'm Lunatic Luna.
And I'm PoizonParfait. And we're the Alliteration Andes.
Alright, we start January 1st, and it is Daya's birthday. And on each member's birthday, Aqua has released solo albums with solo song versions and a unique song for that album. And Daya's this year is Pure Heart, Pure Wish, which I would describe as sounding like a Season 3 opening for Love Live Sunshine.
Yeah, it's a cheery idol song. On a wider Love Live canvas, it doesn't quite stand out, but among the songs from these new albums, it stands out a little bit because a lot of them were quiet ballads.
We get later into January, and we start going into Niji Kasaki's unit live shows. Now, units are collections of varying amounts of members that are smaller than the full unit, and they get their own songs, their own aesthetic, and their own, live shows in this case. And we're starting with Rebirth Revolution on January 14th and 15th, and I couldn't exactly have gone to the concert.
That's going to be a common theme for both of us. Now, we then got Oz in the Lagoon on February 4th and 5th, Diver Diva's Galactic Trip on February 25th and 26th, and Quartz Fluffy Magic on March 18th and 19th. Pastel is a very good song.
Indeed it is. Even though we couldn't have gone, there are definitely some interesting things here, like Rebirth's Run Victory Road cover and pretty much anything off of the set list of Diver Diva and Quartz.
And all of these live shows also got Blu-ray releases, so if you're interested, check those out. I am personally might get some. And then disaster struck. Love Live's School Idol Festival would shut down later in the year and be completely inaccessible. The mobile rhythm game was one of the earliest and most important additions to the franchise. It was the easiest way for people to find out about the songs that weren't featured in the anime. It had a story mode. But since 2019, it had to share the stage with School Idol Festival All-Stars, which is a much flashier experience with more characters. Running servers for a game isn't cheap, so you could say it was only a matter of time before it had to go. What You Gonna Do, spelled however you like, is the opening song to Niji on Animation, the comedy spin-off of Love Live Nijigasaki School Idol Club, the remake of the story sections of Love Live School Idol Festival All-Stars, the sequel to Love Live School Idol Festival. Is one of the best songs ever made. It is out of control, and it's silly. And I love it.
I think that about sums it up perfectly.
Yeah. More Aqua solos with Kanan. Sentimental Lemonade is like a gentle electro-pop with infectious vocals, and I really like it.
It's electro-pop with a guitar solo.
On February 11th and 12th, almost during Valentine's Day, we have Love Live Sunshine Aqua Extra Love Live 2023. It's a Mugendai Star World. We couldn't have gone to the concert, but we have a letter here from somebody who has. I looked at the wiki and I saw the words Morning Chocolate in the set list, and I just had to know what that was. So this is from Sabs. The intermission, Morning Chocolate, was a murder mystery / detective drama episode voiced by the members and illustrated by Fumina, who previously did illustrations for Today Aqua and Dreamy Concerts intermission. The shorts follow Chika and Yo, who are trying to solve the mystery behind Yoshiko's death. Morning Chocolate was the episode title and refers to the chocolate that they find on the scene of the crime. The chocolate is the heart-shaped chocolate you could actually buy at the live show, so isn't that cool? I think it's fair to say that Love Live has had a rocky history with creating remixes of their own songs. Mostly because they use the same vocal recordings from the originals, which, if you're trying to turn an idol song into hard rock, might not work perfectly. But Blue Swell, a remix of earliest and greatest Aqua songs in various styles of rock, turned that impression around through sheer strength of the arrangements alone.
It is quite well done. I didn't really know what to expect from it, but I was given the Koini Naruto Aquarium remix first and it didn't disappoint.
Yeah, that was just the first one that I randomly got recommended to me, and I was also pleasantly surprised. The remix scar tissue is still noticeable in some places, like overly strong reverb in some tracks. Some songs also just don't fit their new style perfectly. Like Aozora like Aozora Jumping Heart and Kimi no Kokoro wa Kagayaiteru Kai are a little bit too cheery for the direction they went in this release. Overall, though, it's very solid. This could be someone's introduction to Love Live if they're a rockhead. Liella finally concludes their Love Live Superstar Liella 3rd Love Live Tour We Will, which has been going since December.
Good job pronouncing those exclamation marks.
Thank you.
They really dragged this one out, didn't they?
Well, it's a Love Live tour. That's what it is, so it has to be quite long. They just wanted all of Japan to see.
I suppose that's fair.
Based on the beginning of Tsubomi season, I thought it was going to be scarier.
Yeah, but even though it's slower and more relaxed, I think it still stands out from the 3rd album tracks because the instrumental's still quite grand, and Hanamaru's vocals are always good.
Yeah, the singing really makes it. It's not a song that I would constantly listen to, but it is damn good for the right mood. On March 11th and 12th, Aqua returns with their Mugendai World Concert, this time in time for White Day. Now, we couldn't have gone to the concert, but we have a letter here from somebody who did. This is from Sabs. The venue was Makuhari Messe, and while I didn't have any issues with it, I think it was totally dependent on where your seat was. The arena seating is all on a level ground, so if you were far back or in front of a tall person, it was probably a little difficult to see the stage itself. However, there were a bunch of songs that had the girls on carts and a stage used in the far back. So even if you didn't have the best view of the center stage, there were a few opportunities to see them a little closer. When the doors opened, everybody was handed a country ma'am after checking in, which is a cookie. If I remember correctly, this was the first Aqua performance since COVID started that allowed cheering, and people were really excited about it, especially when we figured out we were getting 2nd and 3rd solos performed this time around. I think the part that left the strongest impression on me was Cotton Candy AAO Live. This was the first time it was performed with cheering allowed, and people went nuts. Banzai Digital Trippers is fun to hear live. I will say that the screen used for Miku is set up in a way where if you aren't seated in the center, sometimes it looks off when she interacts with the others. It didn't really bother me, and the performance still looked cool.
That sounds like a fun time.
Yeah. I mean, thank you, Sabs, for the info.
Liella comes out with Second Sparkle, the album, on March 15th. The MV for the song Second Sparkle released a little early on the 9th, and noteworthy about it is that it features the actual stage dancing and not a 3D animated Liella. That's cool of it. The title track is a cool song, and that chorus is great, and I like the instrumental too. It's just good.
Yeah. The rest of the album is 2 reprinted Liella songs from earlier releases, an updated version of Watashi no Symphony to feature the 4 new members, and a new solo tracks from each of the idols. My personal opinion, my impression of the album was that all of the 2nd gen songs were really good, and the 1st gen didn't stand out that much. The strongest impression was definitely Glass Ball Rejection. It's moody, it's gloomy, a little bit of hip-hop influence in there. There's these mysterious synthy sample sort of sounds in there that just envelop this masterful hook.
And I agree that the 2nd gen got the better deal. But I think there's some songs of the 1st gen that are worth appreciating too. Midnight Rhapsody is probably my favorite. It's got great trumpet parts during the chorus, and the jazzy pianos are really good. And Ren's vocals complement the jazz instrumental quite well. I'm conflicted on Free Flight because it's technically my actual favorite, but it's kind of hard to get through the first third, where Siren just sounds strained. I don't know if it was intentional for the song or if it was just the song was out of her range. But it does make the first minute where it sounds quite strained a little hard to get through.
Read it and weep. We got a completely new Love Live group, Hasunosora School Idol Club, the stars of the upcoming Link-like Love Live app.
And it's called that because the fans named it.
Exactly. Now, they've been teased and had some music videos pop up before this point, but this is the first proper release, I would say. Dream Believers itself is a strong opener. Sounds a pretty normal idol track for the most part, but it has the unique part of featuring bagpipes.
Personally, what hooked me was On Your Mark, which is the next song, which kind of was a little surprising to me after the pretty typical first song that Dream Believers was. It has grown on me, but initially I didn't really think much of it. But On Your Mark is definitely the hooker for this album.
Now the rest of the album features songs from the units that Hasunosora School Idol Club is divided into, 2 members each. This is making Love Live history by introducing the group already with units. So that's quite interesting about it.
We didn't get to name them this time, which is probably for the best, considering the name of the app and events we'll discuss later.
Yes.
But this is Hasunosora's gimmick. Their subunits are the star of the show.
So the subunits specifically are Cerise Bouquet, which are like the healthy, girly unit. Then there's Dalkestra, who are the cool girls in the room, and mira-car Park, which is the saccharine, high-energy, idly gamer club.
Cerise Bouquet has Suisei Sekai, which I found a little lukewarm, but it's good. We have Awoke for Dalkestra, which is kind of very, very surprising.
It's a hitter, alright. It will beat your way.
And we have Do, which is incredibly high energy and action-packed and good. We both
good.
like it.
Yeah. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Like, mira-car Park in general is not everybody's cup of tea, but I personally like having fun. I enjoy any song that refuses to stay in one place musically, and the lyrics are so stupid, so it's good.
Sharon is my favorite subunit in the series, so I am also on board with mira-car Park.
Over there. April 1st is the day of goodbyes. School Idol Festival shuts its servers down forever, and the role of Setsuna Yuki is passed down from Kusunoki Tomori to Hayashi Koko. This section is the most difficult to get right for me, because part of me wants to do like proper journalism here, explain what her genetic condition is and why she can't perform, at least not in the way that Love Live wants her to. But I think that would imply that something has ended as a result of this torch being passed down, whereas I think the better way to look at it is as an addition to the franchise, rather than a replacement. Nobody can take Chase, Dive, and Melody away from me. Even if every part of Love Live gets disintegrated from this planet, they will still stay with me. Of course, Tomori is still doing things. She's Makima, she's all over the anime industry. She does her own music and lyrics. Go stream Presence Absence! I know I'm late talking about this. Enough tears have been shed by everybody involved at this point. But I still want to get this out there, and for being our strongest screaming women ever, say a huge thank you to Tomori, to Koko, and to Setsu. Now is the best time. Link Like Love Live and School Idol Festival 2 Miracle Live Miracle Live were released on the same day in Japan. School Idol Festival 2 Miracle Live is School Idol Festival 1, but with more characters, and you can get texts from them.
I can text Honoka.
You can text Honoka, you can text Mari, you can text Link Like Love Live is a little bit harder to explain. There's a game aspect to the app where you play cards in time with the music or something to collect cards, but also the story is in the app. And you can watch the 3D live shows performed by the seiyus in mocap suits in real time in the app and swing your glow sticks around. You press the button and it swings the glow sticks. And watch in-character live streams in the app. The gimmick is essentially seeing the real-life and fictional story of Hasunosora unfold before your eyes in real time in the app.
They're officially called virtual school idols, which basically means the seiyus are VTubering.
VTubering, the famous verb.
Yes.
I really like Aurora.
I think it also differentiates itself from the other third solo album songs, similar to Hanamaru's, because it's just grand, even though it's still slower. Mm-hmm. And I definitely like this take on Yo. It's very different compared to her previous solos.
Mm-hmm. There's also the analog feel that it goes for, which adds to that uniqueness. Like at the beginning, you can hear the needle hit the vinyl record, and like throughout the song there are moments like that just make it feel old-fashioned and swingy. It's quite nice. I really like it. Then we have 2 singles from Hasunosora, one from Dalkestra, one from Cerise Bouquet.
Now you might notice someone missing. Get used to that.
Yes, apparently mira-car Park haven't joined the story by that point yet, but for us who weren't following it because we couldn't download the app, this was extremely scary. Reflection in the Mirror is more of a lyrics-focused release, with most tracks letting Cerise Bouquet members flex a voice acting muscle or two. In my opinion, it just keeps going up in quality and funniness as you go through the record.
I agree that it goes up in funniness, but I actually quite like Reflection in the Mirror, and I like it more than Fortune Movie, but they're both quite different. And as for the third song, I love live underage drinking.
Which is what I think Mix Shake is about. They don't mention any ice cream in there, or protein for that matter, but man, the rhythm in it is so good.
As for Sparkly Spot, even though the song organically lost its favorite spot for me with new releases, I think of Dolcastra and I think of Sparkly Spot still.
Yeah. That's another one where the rhythm really sells it, along with that spicy bass line. The other two on the Dolcastra single are good, but not as memorable. They don't have that factor. April 27th, new Liella, spoiler alert, members, spoiler alert, Onitsuka Tamari, and spoiler alert, Vienne Margaret were announced, along with Liella subunits.
And the next day, Liella unit name submissions were open. This time around, subunit compositions were already chosen. It was already Unit A, Unit B, Unit C with members.
Yeah.
So this time we only got to vote on names. Now, I was not into Love Live around this time yet, so I did not vote, but we can ask PP about that.
Yeah, so they gave us 3 units to come up with names for, and posted short comments from all the characters about what kind of name they would like. Like in character, Unit A had like all over the place suggestions. Unit B was pretty much a consensus on they wanted to be cool and adult-like, and Unit C was a consensus on cute and something about dancing, because there's 5 of them and it would be crazy if 5 people danced at once. I initially didn't want to submit anything because I hadn't experienced much Superstar at that point and didn't want to be the fake fan in the room. That is, until I came up with a name for Unit C. Now, the name I came up with was Quaint Couplets. And the reason I thought Quaint Couplets was good was 1, it sounds cute. 2, it kind of sounds like quintuplets, which there's a bit of a double entendre there. 3, 2 of the members for the units are sisters, the Onitsukas. 4th, there's 5 members, which means there is a double entendre in there. Quintuplets, sisters, 5, it all works out perfectly. And then I had to come up with unit names for the other 2 units. So basically what it worked like was you had a smaller box with this name submission and a bigger box for the reason for your submission, and you had those pairs for each of the units. So I came up with, besides Quaint Couplets, came up with Shuttle Spark for Unit A because Galaxy is in there, and Vespa for Unit B because they asked for cool. And also, 2 of the members for the unit were antagonists at one point, and Wasp in Italian I thought would fit them.
Isn't that cool? Oh no, Nijikasaki's source material isn't going to be accessible anymore. Love Live School Idol Festival All-Stars has been announced to also shut down later this year. There will be no more Ruby Starlight Rhythm gaming for you. I suppose it's fair to prioritize newer games.
Man, this is why I don't let you do these. There's no gravitas. There is no importance put on the poor all-star gamers who are not going to be able to all-star. Where is your compassion? The School Idol musical album came out, featuring studio recordings of all of the songs from the School Idol musical. Now, I don't listen to it, because it's from a musical, and that's meant to be watched and listened to. And also, I couldn't have gone to the musical, but we don't have any testimonials about it, and I wasn't allowed to stream it because the streaming is disabled in my region. That's fucked up.
Indeed it is, and I kind of forgot that this happened.
Miracle New Story, the next single from Liella. It's bangers all around.
Miracle New Story is actually the main theme to School Idol Festival 2. And it was the first song I actually heard from Liella and it was really good. That was a good first impression.
Yeah, it's a good first impression, especially if you go into Killer Kyun after that. And we mentioned good bass lines previously, but holy shaz.
On May 19th, there was voting again, with Liella's unit names finally getting revealed.
Like 8 submissions from each unit for us to vote on. There were a lot of good ones. I believe I voted for Agradxia and Frappé because I like coffee, and either Sanketre or Bampi Dancy for Unit C.
I do quite like some of the names here. Aprisica is a cool name for Unit A.
Yeah, Aprisica is good. Tsukirenka would have been interesting because if that had gone through, this would be the first Love Live unit with a Japanese name. But, spoiler alert, that didn't happen. Well, well, well. So much for virtual school idols. Hasunosora performed with no 3D models with their Bloom the Dream live show at Pacifico Yokohama. Despicable. Couldn't even commit. Can you believe this, Luna?
I can't. How dare they?
We got the final release for Love Live School Idol Festival All-Stars, Kagayaki Don't Forget. Now let's be honest here, didn't really matter how good it was. It's meant for nostalgia, it's for the Nijigasaki fans in the room, so no matter what, it would have been received well. And the chorus is very good.
And an interesting thing here, Tomoriru has her last appearance as Satsuna in Kagayaki Don't Forget, and in the B-side, Sugar Sugar Yummy Yummy Parfait, Koko Hayashi has her first appearance as Satsuna.
Yeah. And Sugar Sugar Yummy Parfait is also notable for being my song.
On June 11th, Liella showcased their new cast members, and they showcased their unit names that were previously voted on. Cat Chu for Unit A, Kaleidoscore for Unit B, and Synchronize with 2 5s for Unit C.
Yeah. Those are decent names. Kachu I like. It's cute. Kaleidoscore is good. I don't understand what it means, actually.
Synchronize...
We both have a problem with Synchronize.
Yeah. It steals Rebirths and Quartz' thing, and it's hard to type.
Yeah, it's very hard to type. And it has 2 5s in it, which makes it look like there's 55 of them, which there aren't. It's just a 5.
So Mari is always nice vocally, and Mata Kimi ni Aoda is no exception.
This one didn't stick with me, unfortunately.
Honestly, same. I'd rather just listen to New Winding Road, but I think this can have good appeal for someone who wants the piano and vocal melody combination on a moodier, slower piece with Mari.
Yeah. You know what did stick with me? Holiday Tragic Drops.
This was the first release I experienced as a Love Live fan, and it was a fun time. We had hype.
Yeah, we were hyped and we were confused, because it says shared release between Cerise Bouquet and Dalkestra, and the track listing goes 1 for Cerise Bouquet, 1 for Dalkestra, another one for Cerise Bouquet, and another one for Dalkestra, and the namesakes for the single are both at the end of the track list, which doesn't make any sense and is very unorthodox, but it's a great release. The only one that didn't stick with me is Okaran Mon, admittedly.
Yeah, I quite liked Okoranmon, but I will admit, Tragic Drops and Scapegoat are still at the top of my Dalkestra songs. So.
Like a recitative vibe, where it's just more talky with these sick instrumentals. They're both awesome, and Holiday is also good. It's Jungkook's 7, but women, and a little bit better. On June 23rd, the Nijigasaki OVA Next Sky ran in theaters.
It definitely did. It kind of was a lot of nothing.
Yeah, not much happened in terms of the story, but that's just quintessential Nijigasaki for you. Run around doing mildly amusing things for a while and then explode into a really good musical number. I also really like the visual theme they went for of showing like real places in animation that are kind of relevant to the story. Them acknowledging the relationship connects to the role of this OVA as untethering Nijigasaki from All Stars, where they were initially introduced.
I do quite like that touch. Showing us UTX again was nice after so long without it. And the new Mouse imports were a nice touch too.
Yeah. Can we talk about the musical numbers though? Feel Alive by Rebirth is a gentle yet powerful opener. I'm definitely beating the slow song hating allegations with this one. There's pretty much just a drum machine and a synth piano as far as instrumentals go, but it's just like squeezes into this crescendo. I will always hurt something while listening to this. And go our way at the end of the anime, so this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's at the end of the OVA, it doesn't really matter, is actual Stuff of Legends. It starts by just claustrophobically squeezing the screen into an overwhelming 18:6 letterbox as this soft electronic intro begins, which fools you into a false sense of security because it's kind of similar to Feel Alive, but then more members start coming in and everybody comes in and it becomes a bouncy, just absolutely silly dance track. At this point, you think that's all it can possibly do, right? But no, it goes another left turn, drifts way off course, and does now dubstep for the intermission. And then after that, as the visuals of candid shots of the characters having a house party and psychedelic eye-melting lights overtaking the screen die down, they just go into a rap section. And then it ends like they're not sorry about what just happened. Luna,
Wait,
are you
what?
there?
Oh, you're done.
Luna, I'm talking to you. This was towards you. I'm telling this to you.
Well, anyway, the OVA also has 2 ending songs, and one of them slaps more than the other.
What's up?
Yes, that is the one.
Mm-hmm. And right after the screening, they announced a Nijigasaki movie trilogy as the next frontier for the group.
That's quite exciting, but I do hope we don't get a lackluster product out of it.
You're such a negative Nancy, Lunatic Luna. Imagine, we get Enjoy It, but like 12 of them. 12 of them.
I would enjoy that.
And the Blu-ray version of the OVA went on sale the same day. Unlike the School Idol musical, which never released a Blu-ray version at all. What do you mean? How much do you want me to engage with this series? Do you want me to do it or not? On June 25th or July 2nd, depending on your preferences, Yohane the Perillian, Sunshine in the Mirror airs. A spin-off from Love Live Sunshine, starring all the same main characters, but as fantasy versions of themselves.
It was initially a manga, and then it was an April Fool's joke last year. But now it's gotten greenlit for its own anime season.
Exactly. And we have a complicated relationship with this anime, it's fair to say.
Yeah, we both think that Sunshine is better, but we like the concept, and we agree that this was like a nice way to give Aqua more momentum and something new to do.
Yeah, new places to voice act, just like move their story along, because Sunshine did wrap up quite well. But it's just, yeah. I won't spoil anything. We also will not discuss the songs that release later in the year that appear in this anime, because that's spoilers. But we do want to warn, if this anime looks good to you, Genjutsu Mysterium is probably false advertising.
Yeah, Genjutsu Mysterium is probably more dramatic than anything that happens throughout. It's very action-packed, very dramatic, very high energy. I don't think the show ever really quite gets on the same level as Genjutsu Mysterium.
Yeah, we're talking about the opening, by the way. Yeah, but it's just like you think the show will be not what it is. It's just normal, standard love life fare, slice of life, a little bit of drama in there, and lightning strikes a little bit more frequently. The very day after it aired, though, they announced a Yohane Metroidvania by Inti Creates. The first episode was barely even out by this point.
And funnily enough, this is the second time that Inti Creates has interacted with Love Live in some way since Armed Blue Gunvolt's Morpho shared Tsubasa Kira's voice actress, Sakuragawa Megu.
There's a lot of words in there. I also finished the second Gunvolt game 4 days before this announcement, so imagine my shock at this serendipity. There's also apparently a very similar revival mechanic in Blaze in the Deep Blue, and it looks pretty. So that's the information we'll say about it.
by popular vote, the official name for fans of Hasunosora was determined to be everybody from the club that likes Hasunosora.
Luna, we could have stopped this.
But did we want to?
This is called omission in the legal world. By doing nothing, we did this. We are complicit in this. The VAs have to say this every time they do a live show. Think about their feelings.
ハスノソラのこと好き好きクラブの皆さんこんばんは。はい。
This is the price you pay when you let Love Livers name things.
Apparently.
And at the end of the month, on June 30th, Love Live School Idol Festival All-Stars shuts down.
Where were you when Love Live School Idol Festival All-Stars shut down? I was at home eating Dorito when phone ring. Love Live School Idol Festival All-Stars is kill. No.
I was at home eating Cheeto and listening to Cutie Panther.
3 Love Live seiyus came to LA. Specifically, Aika Kobayashi, Sagara Mayu, and Sayuri Date do a little bit of a fan meeting. And, Luna, you live in the US, don't you?
Yeah, but it's kind of expensive to fly to LA.
No, but you were in Romania at the time, weren't you? You paid the expenses to fly there. But couldn't you plan ahead? Plan ahead, stay a little bit. Still come to LA?
I can't just, fly back.
Plan ahead. Do better next time. You
right.
missed Icon.
You're right. I missed Icon. That's the worst possible punishment I could have gotten from this.
Yeah, she's going to beat you up. I yoked out so hard when I heard this.
This was an expected banger from Yoshiko.
Yeah, this is proof that Kobayashi Aika can beat you up. This was very strong.
Now, speaking of good, on August 1st, Genjutsu Mysterium, or rather, the Genjutsu Mysterium single, comes out. And with it comes Game On, a really good track.
Yeah, it's got that jazzy casino vibe. I feel like I'm back at this speakeasy type of thing.
You might notice that something didn't get released on August 1st. It is Chika's birthday.
Yeah.
And there is no new Chika album.
All of July was spent refreshing the Love Live official channel page to see if the announcement appeared, and it never did.
Yes.
The tradition of releasing those solo albums lasted 3 entire years, and there were still tracks for them to make solo versions of. And then they just leave us hanging. August 2nd is a stacked day in terms of releases, but we're mainly interested in Jump Into the New World from Liella, where we finally get to hear the new members and the newly formed units from them in action. The title track is another unapologetic Love Live banger. Purple Sky, man. I would be tired of saying that if it wasn't true all the time that Love Live is good. It's so complex and elegant, and for the instrumentals they brought in 3 guitars, 5 pedals to plug them into, and an upturned bucket for percussions. I love it.
Yeah, I really like the instrumental too, especially the break after the second chorus. Now, the rest of the album consists of songs from the new subunits, starting with Capchu. And given their name and aesthetic, I didn't expect what they came with, because I thought it would be the cutesy, energetic Sakuran subunit, but it very much was not, and that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, they have that Sharon Printemps thing going for them, but all the songs are epic. Especially Kage Asobi for me, I really like that song. It's got a lot of things going on that I really like. It's the acoustic guitar just going berserk in your right ear, while the electric is hammering out the rhythm in the left, while the melancholic combination... I don't know what this motion is. The melancholic vocals at the center of it all just really brings it all together. It's so good. Kaleidoscore, though, didn't show up as hard. We'll wait for other releases from them, but Velour and Fukashina Blue didn't stand out, really.
Synchrize, on the other hand, was quite good. Even though we don't like the name, the unit is already coming in with bangers. Dancing Raspberry is energetic, but it's not overtly so. It's still like decently got some melancholic vibes to it, and A Little Love is kind of just another surprise. It's not quite like Go Our Way, because it does consistently build up to its beat drop, but it's still quite surprising, quite striking, quite shocking. It leaves an impression.
D'Orchestra and Cerise Bouquet's next singles both start with deepness by both of them, which is a very good EDM track with a generous sprinkling of a sitar sound. It's not an actual sitar because it doesn't have the microtonal thing, but it's sitar sounding.
And a generous sprinkling of English.
The lyrics are funny. For way too long we thought that rose madder was something that they came up with. Turns out it's a pigment. Does that make it make more sense in context?
They're saying they're like a pigment, so not from what I can tell.
Let's say it's a metaphor and move on.
Cerise Bouquet's single then follows up with their B and C sides, Kawaii no Susume and Genyu Yoko. They're two very nice songs. I think Kawaii no Susume feels more like a comfy stroll, and Genyu Yoko has more energy to it, and it definitely lives up to the name Dazzling Night Travel. It's definitely got that vibe.
On the D'Orchestra side, we have another recitative song, Jibun Diary.
Yeah, because of that, it kind of stayed a little in tragic drop shadow for me, but it's still quite good. And then we have Mirage Voyage, which it's a cool song. It wasn't my favorite, but it's definitely quite high up. It's got a cool breakdown, and it definitely uses its runtime well. There's always something going on.
Mirage Voyage is a song to listen to. The Love Live superstar, Liella, 4th Love Live tour brand new sparkle happened. This time with less exclamation marks and less dates.
And that's very nice of them on both fronts.
Yeah, and it was split between unit versions in the way where each showing had exclusively songs from one of the units. So if you are a fan, for instance, and you want to see all of the songs from Jump Into a New World album performed live like you should be, you kind of have a crazy vacation month ahead of you. Major release for Hasunosora, a full album with a summary theme, Natsumeki Pain, released in September.
It has 4 full unit songs and 2 songs for each of the subunits, including Mira-car Park.
Yeah, pretty much double the Dream Believers. And with this one release, mira-car Park have caught up. Kokon Toise alone, we could have analyzed note by note here if we had the time. It's equal parts cute, equal parts cool, 100% gamer. It's awesome. Banger is putting it lightly.
And Hakuchiwa Mode is also really good. It's a food song, so we both love it. And it was also technically released months before the album.
Well, let's not lie to the people at home, it wasn't a release, it was just an extended demo that included all of the song.
Cerise Bouquet also had some nice tracks this time around. They were emotional and a little less energetic.
Yeah,
it was quite
more
nice.
lyrical. Dear My Future is really good. The piano, the them almost crying.
And D'Orchestra wasn't really it this time.
Yeah, they kind of backtracked. They were the superior unit up to this point, I think, in both of our opinions. They were at the top, and with this release, they didn't show up fully. I like the part in Parallel Dancer where they interrupt each other, but I like every time somebody interrupts somebody. The new full album for Nijigasaki, all the solo songs for each member, one full unit song. The Nijigasaki fan in me was hyped and is hyped to this point, except I wonder who's calling. Cherry Bomb is Koko Hayashi's first solo song as Setsuna, and she killed it.
It's definitely a new Setsuna direction. They definitely played to Koko's strengths here, and I'm so glad, because trying to make her be Tomariru wouldn't have worked for her. It's a new direction for sure, but I'm definitely excited to see it.
Yeah, 100%. This was good. It's so catchy. It's so memorable. It's stuck in your head immediately. Just like 520-1314. Expected Lanju banger.
Lanshu is at it again.
Yeah. There are a lot of flavors of love they explore on this album, because that's the thing, that it's all love songs. And Come On, Hands Up is definitely one of them, I suppose. Walking Dream is another notable one. Fun fact, Walking Dream is actually what Ayumu's name means. Kanji by kanji. And it is terrifying. It's just in the lyrics, you will not find it in the intonation, but she says shit like, I want to lock you inside of me, and other phrases like that, and it's very scary. I don't know how Agapon does this, it's just natural.
And there are a few other songs that I like too. Cooking with Love is quite nice, and it has a quite spicy beat drop that isn't really expected. And Koisuru Sunflower is also quite good.
I must make a note of Fly With You itself, because it is another one that has like an escalation to it. It's not a go-away situation, but it's intense as a love song, and it like keeps being intense throughout its runtime. I think it's very good.
On November 15th, Suga no Pixel by Cerise Bouquet releases.
I like the intro to Sugo no Pixel, the song, and that song in general. I really like it. It's just catchy. It's the hook right away, served on a platter. The cover art is pretty. What else are you gonna want?
I thought Sugarma was my favorite. I feel like it's the best way to put like the vibe of the single, where it's like relaxed yet still energetic. And I just think it's a comfy song, but it's nice that it still has like moments where it picks up, like the chorus.
If this was November 15th, a week from now, Take It Over would release. When it starts, it kind of sounds a little bit more generic. It's a very standard anime opening-y riff that misses the mark a little for me, but the song goes away from that idea pretty quickly and ends up very varied in the end. It goes to a lot of places. I love how the strings or the piano come through at different points in the song. The hook is also very effective.
All I have to say about this one is holy piano. I was really not ready for this. It kind of left me a little starstruck, but upon first listen, it basically became my new Dolchestra favorite. Dolchestra's definitely back with this single.
Not really tickles my indie rock bone. It reminds me somehow of Franz Ferdinand and the Pillows for some reason.
Weirdly enough, Not was actually the song that I didn't really like that much at first, but it's definitely grown on me quite a bit since, and I do like it now. I still think I like the other two more. I'm like the opposite of PP.
Well, not really the opposite, but like all the songs. Dolchestra back.
Yeah. Dolchestra's back. If today were November 15th, 2 weeks from today would be the release of Identity by Mira-car.
That's exactly right. And Identity, the song, is unreasonably catchy. It's got the traditional Japanese music influence in there, and the Just Do It part during the chorus, and it's just also fun to listen to.
Yeah, it's my favorite Mira-car song. I think it just comes together very well. There's a lot of parts to it, and they all really mesh well.
The next song is Tensai Nano Kamoshirenai. I may be stupid. Meanwhile, these girls might be geniuses over there. That's simply unfair. A non-fiction hero show. I'm a fan of Kamen Rider, so it's relatable to me. This song just does not stay in one place. It takes you around the world in 217 seconds, and every single one of them is engaging. It like changes so much. Ichigen Fest, Idolmaster, Star Heart, Love Live, Uta Gassen. Now, this is basically already a legendary event. I couldn't have gone to it, and I couldn't have seen the live stream either, but just based on all the information surrounding it, it's already like important to me. just like even looking at the set list, it's 50 songs each day. And for a lot of these 2-day live shows, the system is basically they have around the same set list for each day, and it's just supposed to be a method for more people seeing a live show on one day than the next. This one is different because only half of Idolmaster could get in on each individual day because Idolmaster has too many members. Now, Love Live was there for both days, but it's basically just a gauntlet, an absolute celebration of both franchises to a ridiculous extent, where you have, like, obviously all these important songs from new Live Live groups, old Love Live groups, everything from Idolmaster, and also this, like, remix sort of songs where different members of Love Live sing Love Live songs that were originally, like, different members' and also just Idolmaster members sing Love Live songs, then Love Live members singing Idolmaster song. It's just an absolute utagassen, as they would say. It's a festival, is the correct word, really. And then it culminates in all of Idolmaster singing Snow Halation, the most legendary song from Love Live. And then comboing that into all of Love Live singing Masterpiece, which is the most fundamental Idolmaster song. And then after that, everybody, the 50 something plus people that they have at the venue at the point, sing Ichigen Big Bang together, which is how that song was meant to be experienced, probably, I believe. Yeah. So that's what I have to say. I'm definitely getting the Blu-ray when it comes out. Lena?
Wait, what? Oh, right. Ichigen Fest, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's another live show in December. Yohane the Perillian. By the way, how is that word pronounced?
Let me just... Parhelion. It is Yohane the Parhelion. So we've been pronouncing this word
incorrectly the entire time, yes. Well, the story of The Sound of Heart is another live show by Aqua. I couldn't have exactly gone to it, I couldn't have seen the live stream, but we have a letter here from somebody who did. This one is from Sams. This live felt a little bit more low-key for me personally, for a couple of reasons. The setlist was arranged so the live served as a retelling of the anime. Between costume changes, etc., they would play clips from the anime with narration over it. It was a lot of hear one or two songs performed, sit down, watch/listen to a summary from an arc in the anime on the screens, stand up for another song, repeat. Blu-ray songs were added as well, and their placement really added to the story development. However, since not all of the Blu-ray songs have been released yet, this meant a good chunk of the songs performed were ones people straight up have never heard before. A lot of the songs from the anime were fairly new as well, so the live didn't have a lot of high energy moments, if that makes sense. Things like calls, cheers haven't been finalized. We didn't know a lot of the songs, and a lot of them were slower anyways. The use of props in some songs stuck out to me too. Far Far Away added stage pieces to have Aikan sing on a tree stump like in the anime, and it was really pretty. The new songs were great. Honestly, it's been driving me crazy that half of them aren't released yet because they were super catchy and I want to listen to them. Day 1 was fun because of the uncertainty of it. The new songs, gimmicks with the center stage, etc. led to some fun crowd reactions. Day 3 had its own excitement at the tail end when Yoko Hikasa, Lilaps' seiyuu, showed up for Bloom of Colors. The audience's reaction during that was a lot of fun. So, thank you Sams for another wonderful letter. And that's it.
And I believe that is the final major thing Love Live has done this year.
And what a year it has been. Tons of delicious releases, a whole new group, and the end of many classic traditions, including games and the albums, which we're still mad about. The thing that personally impacted me the most is just how Hasunosora immediately fit in, like, to me. They were just...
Yeah.
From pretty much Dream Believers onwards, I was just in them. I was a fan. It took no time.
And this was also the year that I got into Love Live. So this...
You got in...
It was a great time.
Yeah, you got in at a hectic time. to be
Indeed.
fair. Yeah. Yohane started, it's like a whole new frontier for Aqua. Next year is going to be Nijigasaki, more movies, and Liella third season. So there's just a lot of future, there's a lot of present and a lot of future for this series. It's
Yes.
part of
A
why
lot
we
to
like
look
it.
forward to.
Yeah. But that's been everything from us. See you next year. Bye bye. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Like and subscribe. Bye. Luna, say goodbye to the people. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.